There are three types of reading techniques, and these techniques are used in different instances. These techniques are scanning, skimming, and intensive reading. Let us go over the differences of these three reading techniques and how these help us when we read. The first technique is scanning. This technique can be used to speed up your reading, especially when you are searching for specific information. How is scanning being done? When you read, you move your eyes quickly and scan through the page in order to find keywords that will lead you to a particular answer. This means that before you start scanning, you must already know what you are looking for. Scanning can also be used if you want to know whether the material you are reading will answer your question. Here are some examples when we can use scanning. When you are looking for your favorite dish in a restaurant's menu, here, you don't read the whole menu, but you only scan it and find the specific food you're looking for. You also use scanning when you are looking for the definition of a certain word in the dictionary. To find a certain word, you don't need to read the whole dictionary. If you are looking for the meaning of the word verbose, you just have to go to the page where the words starting with letter V are located, then you scan and find the word verbose. Another is when you are looking for a contact number in a telephone's directory. You only scan the directory to find the number. To sum it up, we can use scanning if we are looking for something specific. Another technique which can be used in reading is skimming. Skimming is also a fast reading technique just like scanning, but this time, we don't look for specific information. Instead, we get an overall impression of the content of the reading material. In skimming, we look at the main idea, author's purpose, and method of organization. How is skimming being done? When we skim, we move our eyes quickly and then read the title, subtitles, subheading, and illustrations so that we can get an overview of the material we are reading. It can also be done by reading the topic sentence of a paragraph and going over the next. When is skimming use? If you want to know if a certain book is interesting to you, you can skim the book preview. If you also want to be familiar of the different news reported in a certain day, you skim a newspaper. Or, if you want to know whether a reading material is helpful for your research, you can also do skimming. To sum it up, this technique will allow you to read a number of materials in a lesser time. The last technique is intensive reading. Based on its name, we can tell that it is very different from the first two techniques. In intensive reading, the reader extracts detailed information and events from the reading material. This technique is an in-depth reading that hones your thinking skills. It enables you to start formulating conclusions and interpretations based on facts and details you gathered from the material. In doing this, you need to focus on what you are reading to make sure you understand the words used and to be able to recall what you are supposed to know. We can use this technique if we are reading a manual in order to know how a machine works. Here, we need to read intensively in order to understand all instructions. Another is when you are reading a lesson in algebra. You need to read very well in order to understand the lesson clearly. Intensive reading requires more time, but it gives the reader a more detailed information. These three techniques are helpful in their own ways. Whatever technique we use, the most important thing is we need to comprehend what we are reading.